A family on a mission to move their century-old farmstead.
I keep having this recurring dream that a tornado is going to come or it's going to tip over.
Will their precious home survive a treacherous trek across bumpy fields? Over busy railroad lines?
There goes the house, Frederick John.
And under high-voltage cables?
Could have been killed. We're a little bit of trouble.
Joe, Anna Lee, and little Freddie Plates are a young family living in southwest Minnesota. Like their ancestors, for the last 4 generations, they're farmers working 500 acres across the state. And it's their busiest time of year, harvest.
We farm corn, soybeans, and wheat, and we have some cattle.
Their home is this beautiful 100-year-old farmhouse. This huge property has been in Joe's family for 30 years.
Frederick was born here in 2008. His first steps were taken in the living room. This is the only home that he's ever known.
The house is also the hub for the whole extended family. But they face a dilemma. The couple have inherited 200 acres of fantastic farmland, but it's 20 miles away. One hellish commute for Joe, and one strong pull of the heartstrings for Anna Lee.
My grandmother always told me it'd be a place where she wanted someone with the name to carry on the tradition of having family here.
So they make the courageous decision to cut the commute and take the risk of moving their home to the new farm. And to double the stress, like any man, Joe won't be parted from his workshop.
Yeah, it's my pride and joy, but I do a lot of work in here in this wintertime.
So that's coming too, at a huge cost. Moving the 2 buildings will cost $26,000. Building the new basement and foundations, a further $34,000. Bringing the grand total for this ambitious project to $60,000. This is a lot of money for a farmer to risk. But Anna Lee has her heart set on moving back to the family land.
My grandmother would be very proud to have us back here. This is what she always wanted, to have somebody back on the farm.
Joe and Anna Lee's farmstead has to travel over 20 miles from Revere to the new site near the town of Westbrook. Over half the trip will be down narrow dirt tracks, and one false move could see the buildings crashing into a ditch. Joe and Anna Lee call in Minnesota's leading house movers, a family-run firm of 3 brothers, Garvin, Marlon, and Jerry Marcus, along with their 3 sons, Eric, Kevin, and Dan. What could be better? A family of heavy haulers to move this huge family farmhouse. Task 1, build a sturdy platform underneath the house to support the walls as they lift it. Garvin will use steel beams for the job.
By noon today, we should have most of the beams in place unless we take a long coffee break.
But there's a problem already. A massive load-bearing wall obstructs the team from sliding the beams into place. Without these, there's no way to lift the house safely. The wall is too thick to drill through, so they'll use the beams as battering rams, hoping to hit through in exactly the right spot.
You never know if the house will fall down or not, I guess. Hey, Dan. Fred. Don't do this with your own house. Cheap hammer.
They carefully thread the heavy beams through the holes. Task 2, lift the 70-ton farmhouse using hydraulic jacks, a tricky challenge. The delicate glass porch could shatter as they raise it.
The porch isn't real solid. It's got a lot of glass in it.
The hydraulics are fired up.
You ready?
And the pressure builds.
Maybe a couple windows might fall out, I suppose, I don't know.
As the house inches upwards, Anna Lee can't believe what she's seeing.
Holy
crap! Look at that!
It takes 6 hours to raise up the house.
This is kind of cool.
It's way up there.
It's way up there?
Yeah.
But it's not over yet. The team still need to pull the house off its foundations. And there's another problem. The house is hemmed in by several trees, which obstruct the way for the trucks. The team could cut a few down, but that still won't give them enough room to maneuver. With the house set at an awkward angle to the truck, if they pull out now, the house could topple. To get out of this tight spot, they have to slide the house onto the road sideways. That's a 70-ton farmhouse on roller skates. They slide roll beams and skates into place. They're ready to roll.
No turning back now, right there.
No turning back now.
Inch by inch, the digger carefully pulls the house onto the road. One jolt, and the house could slide off the rails.
Put it on 2 wheels, Dad.
Yeah, now it's to the end.
The farmhouse is finally loaded, but the team still need to jack and load the workshop, and the wind's picking up.
The shop might blow away.
A giant gust into this big empty space could topple the building.
Could tip over and we'd be done.
The crew work hard to quickly wrench the workshop free from its footings, but they'll have to wait until tomorrow to move. "8 a.m., and it's the day of the big move. A 20-mile cross-country trek lies ahead. There's just time for Garvin to give an essential safety talk.
Well, let's have a safe move and everything should go good.
Sounds good. Let's get her.
Always a little bit nervous when we first start.
I keep having this reoccurring dream that a tornado is going to come, or a fire is going to happen, or it's going to tip over.
Okay, here we go.
Holy buckets.
Wow.
It didn't seem quite real to me until it's actually on the road, so this is great.
Annalise putting the safety of her antique home firmly in Garvin's hands.
10 miles an hour is fast enough here on this road. 10-4.
It's a narrow road for a super-sized load.
Yeah, we've clipped a few mailboxes in the past.
But up ahead, there's a much bigger obstacle. Massive power cables, and lots of them, blocking the move team's path. The lines are low and could easily catch on the farmhouse's tall roof, spelling disaster. The team were hoping to raise the lines, but they're too taut. They have to be cut to make enough room for the house, but the lack of cable tension could cause the telegraph poles to fall, blocking the way. Electricians have to be on hand to prop up each pole as they cut the cables. A long, slow process that could add many more hours to this journey. The convoy reaches the first power line, but with no electrician in sight, Garvin's crew can only presume this one is already switched off and high enough for the house to pass under.
Well, that line is dead. Yeah, they were supposed to have added plenty high.
The 50-foot tall house inches underneath. Joe can't believe how tight it is.
Looked like the wire was awfully close up on top, but they made it under.
But just as they make it out the other side, a horrified electrician intercepts them.
We're set up over there. We're not ready for this. And this is still energized.
The line was live. The crew and house just had a lucky escape.
Were we close here?
Yeah, too close. The metal building, that's a good way to be looking for more workers.
After this close shave, Garvin's crew are a little shaken.
Anybody standing around the building could have been killed.
But this is just the first power line of many. As the convoy reaches the next one, the electricians are ready.
Well, we're waiting for the wire company to take down these 2 wires.
All these obstacles are delaying the move, time they just don't have.
Tomorrow's supposed to be rain, so we get her done today.
By the time they're free of the power lines, they've already been on the road for 3 hours. But up ahead, yet another problem threatens to derail this move. A railroad cuts across the road. Its uneven surface could bump the farmhouse off the truck. To prevent this, the team will have to quickly build a level gangway over the tracks from long wooden beams. But the tracks are bigger than they thought, and they quickly run out of wood.
The road isn't wide enough for our dollies underneath the house, so we just got to extend it a little bit.
Garvin grabs more planks and hopes they're enough to give the house a smooth ride. As the house crawls forward, Annalie is more worried about approaching trains.
They called the railroad company and let them know that it was going to be taking place, and we have a lot of train traffic on Highway 14.
It's a bumpy ride, but the house makes it across safely. And the huge workshop follows behind. But the team are still only halfway to the new site. They'll need to pick up the pace to make it before nightfall. But first, the crew have to negotiate a series of tight turns.
Looks like we've got a real snaky road up ahead.
Still a chance to have an accident.
But large, overhanging trees have made the problem much worse.
We're in a little bit of trouble. It's gonna take just a few minutes.
While the crew hatch a rescue plan, homeowner Joe checks how his beloved home is holding up inside.
Everything looks good so far. Looks like everything in the office is A-OK. Just want to see how crooked the floor is in the house. Here, we'll put the bowling ball down.
And it's not much better outside. The team are stuck. They fear the low-hanging branches could damage the house.
So we've got to back the truck up there and get the chainsaw going and buzz that branch off so it doesn't wreck the roof on the house.
The lower branches are easy, but the only way to reach the higher ones is for Eric to ride the roof, 40 feet in the air, cutting the branches with a giant saw as they go.
There, take her head. He's okay up there. He's all right.
Do not try this at home.
I don't like to see trees cut down if they don't need to, but it's in the right of way. They'll have to do some trimming.
Eric survives the risky maneuver, and so does the house.
They did a good job. There's no holes.
Kind of nerve-wracking sometimes.
The convoy picks up speed again. There's only a few miles to go for this heavy haul, and the team are anxious to finish the job. At the new site, Jared is still digging the huge foundation hole. Time is running out.
We're going to put a ramp on what would be the east end of the house, and basically then they're going to bring the whole structure, dollies and all, down that ramp inside the excavated basement area.
But the soft earth around this area could cause big problems for the approaching team. The 20-mile trek has been tough going for the fragile farmhouse, but smooth roads have kept the house relatively stable. However, as the convoy approaches the final site, it must cross dirt roads and a field. If the wheels sink, the building could be shaken to the ground.
The road must be a little bit soft here.
Garvin steers the farmhouse around the last corner with trepidation. If the wheels sink into the soft dirt at the edge of the road, the house could topple. Annalie can't help imagining the worst.
If something happened to it, we wouldn't have a home anymore.
These look good. They're not even going down.
The house makes it to firmer ground. But Joe's workshop careers into a ditch.
If that tire comes up off the dolly like that, that means that we're turning too sharp. A little bit jerky.
The crew race to keep the building moving and stop it sinking any further.
Bring it around. Sometimes the smaller buildings can be more of a problem than a big building.
Reversing a 40-foot-long building is not for the faint-hearted.
All right, that's it.
Job's done, boys. The workshop makes it to its final footings.
1, 2, 3, again.
Much to the relief of Anna Lee.
I guess I didn't have to worry so much about that, but I still did, just because it's our house and I didn't want to see anything happen to it.
But don't get too excited, Anna Lee. There's still a steep ramp for the house to drive down.
So I'm interested to watch them drive it in the hole. That looks kind of iffy to me, so.
The team must maneuver the building into a hole where it will sit while the foundations are built. But the ramp is steep and the hole is tight. One wrong move on the descent could spell disaster. This is the mother of all parking maneuvers, a true test of skill even for seasoned house trucker Garvin.
So get ready for a ride.
He might be smiling now, but this 70-ton lumber load could skid at any minute.
We good there?
And to add to the pressure, all of Joe and Anna Lee's family have come to watch.
The hole's got a steep grade to it to drive down into it. Makes me a little bit nervous.
If the wheels sink into this soft soil, the house could slip.
So here's where we're going to do a wheelie with the truck. The house is kind of crooked, but it could take it.
Inches separate the house walls from catching on the side of the hole. This is one tight squeeze.
The house just seems so much bigger in this location than it did where we were before.
Oh, come on.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, a little relieved. Now we can relax.
Garvin has made a big fan in little Freddie.
Thank you for moving my house.
Oh, you're
To
welcome.
Papa's. Parents would just be very happy to know that the next generation is going to be living here.
After a nerve-wracking day, the house is finally at its new home.
I can't wait till we can get back in there. That'll be great.
The family can now enjoy it for many more generations to come. 2 months after their historic farmhouse arrives, Anna Lee and Joe are settling in well.
I think Joe has a more relaxing daily life now because everything's here for him and he can get up and go start his work.
The whole family can enjoy their farmhouse in its new location.
We probably eat together once or twice a week with my parents. It works out pretty good.
But the changes might take a bit more getting used to for little Freddie.
One morning he asked me if we can move the house back because he still thinks of this as Grandpa's place. But I think as he gets a little bit older, he'll understand that we're gonna stay here for good and we're not just visiting.
A family on a mission to save their treasured home.
I know the house very well because we built it, but it's too good to be demolished.
Can it survive a freezing trek?
Where's that noise coming from?
Across country roads?
Oh man, I don't like this.
Or will a lifetime of memories be destroyed?
See you happy. It's hard.
Saskatoon, Canada. The biggest city in the province of Saskatchewan. A concrete jungle amidst the pristine Canadian prairie. Engineer Doug Pitchler designed and built his family home just beyond the city limits in 1977. But since then, the metropolis has grown.
At that time, it was 3 miles out of the city limits. Now the city limits are way beyond us.
Home to 35 years of memories. Doug built his home from scratch. But new housing and industrial estates will soon swallow up the land, as his son Glenn explains.
I wouldn't want to see it demolished. Don't want to put it in a landfill, that's for sure.
Doug's family want to escape the urban sprawl. Reluctant to leave their treasured home behind, they've taken the bold decision to move it to a new site in the countryside.
I spent most of my childhood here, yeah. Yeah, it's very special. Still is special. That's a family home.
There's a lot of sentimental value attached to the house. There's memories built into the walls.
The house means just as much to Doug's granddaughter, Rachel.
This is definitely the headquarters. This is where we gather when we all come together. Yeah, there's a lot of memories.
But it's Doug's wife, Mary, who is finding the move hardest.
She's probably going to steer clear of the house. I think it's maybe going to be a bit painful for her to see it move.
Over the years, Doug's added a porch, a gazebo, and a new roof on the house. Today, this mansion is worth $750,000, and Doug insists that they move it. Fortunately, Glenn owns the perfect plot.
He was looking for a place. He says, "Can I put it on this land?" I said, "Sure."
Now nothing is going to stand in Doug's way.
He's a bit like a bulldozer. Sometimes you just have to sit back and just let him do his thing.
I do get excited when I think of the end result. I think it'll be good.
Moving the house will set Doug back $80,000. Renovations and landscaping after the move, another $150,000. In total, the move will hit Doug's bank balance for $230,000.
We're paying quite substantial money to move it, and I'm of the opinion that I haven't got forever to do it. So I said, do it now.
The whole family are helping Doug with the move.
He wants this to happen, so I'm going to support my grandpa.
Hallelujah.
The mansion currently sits east of Saskatoon. It needs moving 6 miles across the province along a bumpy road to reach the new site. When a house needs hauling in Saskatchewan, there's only one number to call. Saskatoon's finest heavy hauling team, led by Kerry Neufeld.
Hi, Kerry. How are you today? Good. Good. We'll try to make this as stress-free for you as we can. We'll do our best.
As long as you don't dump it in the ditch.
Well, we try not to.
This mansion is over 100 foot long and weighs over 100 tons. It's a huge job for Kerry. First task, lift this massive building. The team must build a rig of steel beams under the floor to support the walls. But there's a problem. The mansion has a huge porch and gazebo. Each one weighs over 2 tons. As the team try to jack it up, there's a risk that they could cause the rig to flex and the house to snap. To prevent this, the crew must thread extra sturdy, super long beams called cross loaders under the rig to reinforce it. In good weather, lifting this mansion would be tough. But with the mercury falling well below zero, the cold creates a whole heap of new problems.
This is one of the joys of winter. Nothing works properly.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Don't roll. There's frost on the steel. It makes it slippery. If this thing were to slip off the roller, that would potentially kill someone.
The crew manhandle the beams into position, but the problems keep coming.
Our beams are 13 feet too short for the house. This beam inside here, which we call our stinger, we pull this stinger out to catch the back wall.
Stingers in place, Ben struggles to slide in the huge cross loaders to support the gazebo and porch.
We're fighting for a couple of inches of extra room here. If it's not supported correctly, obviously it's it's going to fall off, and that's something that we don't want to have happen.
They slowly wrestle the beams into place.
It seems like every aspect of this job is a bit more challenging than what we had anticipated.
Seeing the house in this state alarms the family.
I'm a bit shocked. I don't want to bring my wife over here. I think she'd scream.
The house is safe from demolition, and that's it. That's the exciting part about it.
I didn't think it was going to be this emotional, but talking about it and seeing it happen, it's hard.
The crew need all the force they can muster to prise this 100-ton monster off its footings.
These jacks do all of our lifting. They do all the hard work. Once they're set up, it's just a matter of hydraulics, and they lift everything.
Normally, to lift a house, the crew would only need 4 hydraulic jacks. Each jack can support around 15 tons. But this is one of the longest and heaviest houses Carrie's team has ever moved. 4 jacks just won't take the strain. So the crew will have to use 12. Each one strategically placed to cope with the unequal weight, lifting the whole building at the same time. This will be more work for the team, but it's the only way to get this monster mansion off the ground and on its way. The jacks exert a huge lifting force on the house.
If we pressure it up too much, we can do a lot of damage to the house.
When the force in Ben's jacks hits 100 tons, the house should start lifting.
All I know right now is we're pushing past 100 tons.
100 tons.
So I don't want to exceed the limit too much.
No.
The garage is stuck. It's not moving an inch.
Something's holding us back. I'm at 5,000 in front where I was at 3. Plan B, keep digging and freeing it up. It's a little frustrating, but what do you do? Let's have it.
This time they put more jacks under the garage.
I didn't go with my gut, and we're repositioning our jacks, which is quite depressing.
It's not usually this painstakingly slow.
It'll lift. It just has to.
Doug built this house to stay standing, and Ben's crew are paying the price.
You don't build them to move them. I never anticipated that this would move.
That's definitely a good thing if it's your own house, but not a good thing for a house mover.
There's 35 years of memories in every brick, so no pressure, boys.
So Ben, you're going to be jacking it probably today.
Oh yeah, like
going right up, eh?
Any minute.
Yeah.
We got liftoff.
The team battled through a freezing afternoon to lift the mansion 4 feet into the air.
Finally, the house is off the ground. I'm amazed at how well it's supported.
We're good to go.
The team's next challenge is to roll the mansion off its basement onto wheels, ready for its massive move.
You guys all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll.
Something this heavy, you only get one real good chance at it, so slow and steady.
He's rolling really good. We're got another 4 or 5 feet left here, and he's clear of the basement.
This maneuver is fraught with danger.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
And with just a few feet to go, they've hit a major glitch.
That's what a flattened roller looks like. I'll go back for warranty on that one.
With the crushed roller replaced, they drag the mansion onto 40 wheels.
Lock them up.
Finally, it's ready to roll.
Looks good up there.
Yeah, it's straight and not cracked up or anything.
It'll be interesting to see it go across the field.
First challenge, get to the road. The easiest route is down Doug's narrow driveway. But there's no way that this 60-foot wide building is ever gonna make it. So the team must risk taking the fragile building across a neighboring field. It's not gonna be easy. It's bumpy, One jolt too many, and the porch, gazebo, and garage could break off. To make matters worse, the field is sheeted with ice. This will be one slippery schlep.
If we break through that frost, we could have a big challenge on our hand. Okay.
Oh, it's moving. Oh.
Looks like our front tires are slipping a little bit on the ground, so we're gonna have a little bit of trouble steering.
The ground's a bit soft. I'm just concerned about the stability of the house.
But no fear, Doug's trusty tractor is here.
The horsepower we got is Doug's secret weapon. It's helping out a lot here.
They dare not move any faster than 3 miles per hour for fear of shaking the house.
This is the biggest house I've ever moved.
It takes an hour to inch across the field.
I've been following the house and just watching it with some amazement.
Despite the freezing conditions, Doug's family are out in force.
It looks a little bit decrepit right now, but I'm a builder. I'll have to help my dad put it back together.
It's amazing, yeah, and it's going way better than I thought.
But a huge obstacle ahead threatens to halt the move.
That power line, it's a main line feeding Saskatoon. It's 138,000 volts, so you don't want to mess with it.
I'm gonna basically shut my eyes here and trust Benny's eye up ahead there.
300,000 people in Saskatoon are going to be without power if we hit it. The house would literally explode.
There could be a big old fireball on top of this house, so I'm hoping everybody's been using the same measuring stick.
We have to keep the peak of the house to the right of those flags.
I'm just gonna right tight to the pole and just get underneath it.
I think we are golden. Good stuff.
The team have crossed the field, but turning onto the road won't be easy. A gas station blocks the corner.
I wasn't expecting quite that many cars parked on this gas station lot. It's going to be really tight going through these vehicles here. Just watch that ditch there.
Steering around this sign without leaning too far into the ditch will test Scott's mettle.
It's gonna get my whole damn dolly in the ditch.
Can I take more?
Oh, what?
The house suddenly lurches. One false move now and the house could tumble.
Where's that noise coming from?
Scotty acts fast to wrench the house back onto the road.
Oh yeah, we barely made it around that corner, Ben.
It's tight.
I'm glad that's over.
They pick up the pace on the open road. But as they get closer to the new site, the path closes in on them. At its narrowest, the road is only 20 feet wide, with deep trenches either side. There's a real risk that the wheels could career off course. So the team will have to cut down trees to make more space and make minute adjustments to the wheels to avoid sliding off the road.
The dirt road is tiny.
It's 56 feet wide, so it's a challenge.
Oh man, I don't like this. Wicked ditch on my left side and these tight trees on my right.
This ditch is sharp enough, it could suck our wheels right in.
We're still within inches up there on my left side, squeaking her through.
Any tighter and the branches could smash the windows or wreck the roof.
We're gonna start cutting down some trees. These trees aren't, the road isn't wide enough for us to get around them. We got the wheels quite far into the ditch here, so there's quite the lean going on the house here.
Should almost be out of the woods, as it were.
Just as the mansion inches towards the finishing line, disaster looms.
No, whoa.
whoa, whoa. Go grab, lift up those chains. Our chains were gonna snag the basement, so we just had to lift them up a little bit.
After 2 weeks' work, the house is just one slide away from its new home.
The house is here. It's arrived. Now we've got a basement to set the house on.
That's the next step. Slide it on, get it positioned.
They must roll the mansion onto its new basement. The team must build special tracks underneath the building from steel beams and position roller skates on top to help push the house into place. They must slide the mansion with extreme precision to make sure its walls line up perfectly with the footings, or they could crack.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's roll.
Very nice.
Oh. The house floats precariously 12 feet in the air. One wrong nudge, and it could take a nasty tumble.
Some guys like lard, but we'll make like the Egyptians and just roll it on and work for them.
Hang on there. Whoa.
The mansion's front wall doesn't line up flush with the basement.
That whole wall is out?
Yeah, that one's good. It's this one here should be 8 inches over.
Yeah. So we'll let her down, we'll have to build another wall in here. So,
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
And if that's the only problem with this house, then that's not bad.
The crew take out some offending wall and lower the house onto the basement.
She's done. It's one of our most challenging moves that we've done. Feeling good right now.
After a 6-mile trek through ice and snow, the mansion is now back in the open countryside.
When you do a project, you imagine it in your mind. And so I'm very pleased. It looks good.
I'm hoping to have them living here in about 2 months. I guess that's what happens when you live in a house so long, it becomes sentimental. You don't destroy it, so.
2 days later, the family helped Doug get the house ready for his wife Mary's return.
Get some lights up here. There you go.
It won't be for a while, but the views will be stunning.
By next spring, you'll see mature trees here, and it'll be a reforested area. It'll look tremendous.
We come here for family gatherings, Thanksgiving and birthdays. It'll be pretty exciting.
When the house got here, he had a big smile on his face, so I think he's really relieved.
In the spring, after some renovation, the whole area will be landscaped. Doug and his wife Mary can then return to their treasured mansion.
I think he did what was best for the family, so I'm proud of him.
I had too much of my life invested in this house. I'm glad we had it saved.
This man is on a mission to save his historic Hawaiian beach home. Will this house survive being chopped into 8 pieces?
Might not go back together at all.
Exploding equipment?
I thought a gun went off or something.
And a treacherous road race in the dark?
Go, boy.
Flat those 4 tires.
The tropical Hawaiian island of Oahu. A place of stunning natural beauty. Successful property developer Jeremy Henderson grew up on the mainland, but has just moved here to make Hawaii his permanent home.
Hawaii is a great place to live. It's a special place. The natural beauty here is amazing, as well as the history.
This love of history is very important with his latest ambitious project. On Oahu's North Shore, Jeremy is renovating this 100-year-old wireless works into a museum.
The buildings are really cool. They need a lot of work. I think they have a lot of potential.
There's just one thing missing. Jeremy needs a home to live in, and one that fits the site's unique history. After 2 months of looking, he makes an amazing find. This 90-year-old beach house is a historic gem, designed by renowned architect Charles Dickey. This Dickey house is very important to Oahu.
I like that it's historic, and I like the architecture, I like wood features, I love the roof and the interior ceilings. It's a beautiful house, and I think it's a perfect fit for this property.
Jeremy bought this house from Greg Kashiwa.
We moved here in 1950. I was only 8 years old, and I have really fond memories of growing up here. My wife and I got married here, and starting with that just goes on and on.
Until recently. Now Greg and Gail have decided to move and sell the house to Jeremy.
It's great that the house is going to be preserved somewhere, and we hope that once Jeremy has it relocated, that we can go out to look at it.
The house currently sits on the coast of Ainahaina, just east of Honolulu. It needs to travel more than 50 miles to reach Jeremy's plot in Kahuku. That's a grueling 4-hour road trip for such an old building. To make sure it's done right, Jeremy calls in Hawaii's leading house truckers, Kikiaiola Construction, run by Mike Faya.
In this house, we have some unique challenges. The city has grown up around this house and sort of entrapped it. And this Dickey home they're special. They don't deserve to be torn down.
Moving the house will cost Jeremy $150,000. Road and building permits, a further $3,000. Restoration, a massive $400,000, bringing the total costs for this ambitious move to $553,000. It's expensive, but with its great history, Jeremy believes the house must be rescued.
This project is a major undertaking, but I think it'll be the most rewarding project I've ever done in my life.
Well, you know what you're doing, so I trust you.
Well, thank you. We hope so. We hope it all goes back together again.
Moving this fragile home is gonna be difficult.
The very first challenge is a driveway that extends about 100 feet, but it is constricted to about 13 feet. So I've got to fit this 40-foot wide building down this 13-foot driveway.
The house just isn't gonna fit. So Mike's crew will have to cut this antique house into 8 separate loads. A drastic measure, but it's the only way they can squeeze the house out of the lot and onto the road. The first cut really is the deepest, as master carpenter Ricky slices through the roof. 3 layers of tiles, felt, and board.
It's not real pleasant cutting a building like this up. If that's the only way it is to preserve it, that's the way it's got to be.
I was like, how many pieces is it going to be in? Is the house going to be in like 2 pieces or 20 pieces or what?
Jeremy's particularly worried about this area, the great room.
This room is my favorite room in the house because I love the ceiling, I love the woodwork. It really showpieces that.
Yeah.
The great room sits in the middle of the house and is too tall to travel intact. So Mike must take off its roof, but this causes big problems. Without it, the fragile walls have no support. So the team must install 2 temporary support walls to shore up the room. Only when the walls are secure can they then take the roof off and make final cuts to the house.
It would be disastrous if the roof collapsed. It's the most important feature of the house.
We got most of the shoring walls done. It should support these walls from caving in.
It's going to look a little bit worse before it gets better, but it'll be down the road in a couple weeks. Shove this beam through and shove the second one in. Load that little section up, separate it from the rest of the building. Good to see things happening.
Each piece is a different size. Some tall, some long, and some super wide. But there's a problem.
That house got to go down that driveway. It looks spookier and spookier to me.
Hopefully the house has a safe ride out to the North Shore. Little or no incidents. It's a little scary.
To add to the stress, the police have only given Mike 4 hours to do the move. Even worse, it's at night. Working in the dark causes extra problems.
Visibility, all that kind of stuff is going to come into play that, you know, isn't that fun to deal with.
And it just got a whole lot worse. The low-running trailers catch on the bumpy tarmac. They're stuck.
The support beam's in the concrete right now.
To raise it off the ground, Mike maxes out the truck's air suspension.
As high as you can go?
A risky strategy. The suspension in one of the wheels has blown under the strain.
We just had a tremendous explosion. I thought a gun went off or something. I don't know if the tire blew or what. I thought this might be like the end of my life.
I gotta try to back everything up and reschedule. We had a little failure tonight.
The move is turning into a nightmare. Tomorrow night, they'll have to start all over again. Move night 2, 12 a.m. The beams run low, but miss the ground.
So far, so good. We gotta go straight some more. Pull it down there. Here we go.
The first 4 pieces of the house, including the bathroom and master bedroom, finally make it out of the drive.
Let's go.
These parts are particularly tall, which causes big problems for Mike's team. There are 4 low bridges along the highway, and its surface is uneven. Pick the wrong route, and the house could end up on a collision course. So the team need the help of the local police to pick the smoothest route and keep it clear of traffic. As they travel, they must check the height of each bridge to make sure there's enough clearance.
We measured our load, we're at about 14 feet, so we should be all right. I think this next one coming up is 15 feet 4. Don't bother slowing on this one.
I hope this one is a little bit higher, huh?
That was close. I barely made that one.
A particularly low bridge forces Mike to slow right down. If the roof is too high to pass under here, they may have to turn back and find another route.
Okay, this is the lowest one. Keep on going, Rich.
They made it by a whisker.
You guys are looking good. This next 20 miles or so that we're going to be going, we can kind of relax on this. Then after that, we're going to be going on the 2-lane roads, and that'll be new territory again for us.
With the bridges behind them, Jeremy races to the new site.
And we're going to go up ahead to get ready for when they arrive.
Fearing his house may end up in the bushes, Jeremy lays out reflectors to light a safe path.
They can go right or left or straight into the pond, so we're going to hope they go to the right. Put up some red reflectors in the road. Follow the reflectors on the right-hand side when you hit the fork.
The reflectors do the trick, and the first 4 pieces of the house arrive safely.
Congratulations, they're yours now. I love it when they get here.
But the holdups have cost the crew precious time, so they must work through a 3rd night tomorrow. Now the team face their toughest test yet. Cut the roof off the precious great room so they can move it tonight.
The roof is really important.
and it's really my favorite feature in the house.
I'm gonna make this last cut, the upper roof from the lower roof, hook it up to the crane, and hopefully it'll come right off. This is it. Now this is the moment of truth. Okay, coming up again.
Just as the crane takes the strain, the roof snags. It's not completely severed from the walls.
But it looks like it's binding right here.
If they carry on lifting, the roof could rip in half.
There's a whole lot of hidden nails and can't really tell what we're dealing with.
Can somebody pry it from underneath, Chauncey?
Finally, liftoff.
He gave us a little bit of hard time. We kept at it, worked hard on it, pushed here, shoved there. The house stayed in one piece, so I call it a good day.
I'm glad to see the roof lifted off in one piece. It looks all good.
But Mike's crew can't relax yet. Removing the roof is only half the problem. The roof is over 18 feet wide, the widest piece of the house. But this driveway is only 13 feet wide. Jeremy's reluctant to cut the precious roof in half, so his team must tilt it to one side, making it slim enough to squeeze down the driveway to the road. To stop the roof toppling over, the crew weld it to the trailer. Having worked all day, the team now face a third night on the road. 11:30 p.m. Mike's team inched the roof out of the driveway onto the road.
It's a big piece of the house. It's a really important part of the house.
Done a pretty good move with the roof tonight. It should go real quick. This is the way it's supposed to work.
This time they're prepared for the obstacles en route.
Nice work.
Yeah, we got it.
Great.
Yeah. Went very smoothly.
And deliver the roof by 2 a.m.
Yeah, they're getting easier and easier, you know.
The following morning, Mike's team are exhausted.
Today we're loading up the living room section. It's going to be the longest piece of this move, 48 feet long. The road is only 52 feet wide.
There's no let-up. After a day of worry, the crew now face night number 4.
We're just getting this long section out of the driveway.
This long living room is giving them nightmares.
Gotta watch that tail swing and no fall.
Keep on turning like that, Brayden.
We're all the way across Kalanianaole, the highway, and we can't turn anymore because this tail of this beam is sticking out. So we're just cutting it off.
It's taken them an hour to move just 50 feet.
Okay, Brayden, look alive.
And there's 50 miles of twists and turns still to go.
Yeah, I might even touch.
Okay, Alvin, go real slow.
Slowly, slow down a little bit. Slowly, slowly.
Not only is the living room long, it's tall.
Go slowly.
Too tall.
Hop, hop, hop.
It catches on the bridge, bringing the move to a halt. This is Mike's worst nightmare. The highway will be jammed with traffic in just a few hours, so he must act fast.
Flat those 4 tires.
Make sure it can go down. You have enough to go down. Come forward, right to here, right to here.
Okay. Get that cross curve.
The quick fix gives them a few valuable inches.
You have the trick.
They just scraped through.
We had one chance, and if that didn't work, we would have really been in kimchi. We didn't have a plan C.
The lounge pulls in at 4 a.m. And it's not long before it's joined by the final 2 pieces of the house.
The house is all here. It's been a long, tough road over the last couple of months just to get to this point. It's finally here, and I'm glad that it's going to all come together, and I'm excited, but I'm ready to go to bed.
It's been a grueling journey for Mike and his team, but now they can relax.
Yeah, that first sip is really the best one, man. But then the next one's pretty good too.
The following morning, Jeremy's out early, scouting for the most stunning spot to rebuild his beach house.
We got 39 feet.
We'll say 40.
Say 40.
He wants to make sure the house is in the perfect position.
How's the view look up there?
It's great.
There's many months of work to be done before Jeremy can move in. Mike's team have to carefully line up and rejoin each segment. Cover the cuts with board and plaster. Reconnect all the wiring and pipework. And seal the joins outside, restoring this architectural gem to its former glory. Hopefully by the summer, it will be finished.
It will go back together. It's just going to take a little time, and I can take the history and the story and add to the project that I'm doing. Also have a great house. It's been on the ocean since it was built, and it's going to be back facing the ocean.
Thanks to Mike and his crew, this historic house has been rescued, and Jeremy finally has a beautiful beach home. A family on a mission to rescue their house from a runway.
Get ready to roll!
Will it survive a nail-biting chase through freezing fog?
I don't want any accidents.
Over narrow bridges.
It looks like it's pretty close.
And under high voltage cables.
If you hit the power line, everybody around you could die.
St. Cloud in rural Minnesota. Home to the Gill family, Mary, Dan, and their 2 sons, Kyle and Kiefer. The Gills lived together in this house for 25 years. A tight-knit family who love the great outdoors.
Boys grew up here. It's nice being out in the country. That's great. We've enjoyed raising the boys here.
Youngest son Kiefer has already moved out of the family home and enjoys his independence.
Come on, bite it. Bite it.
Bite?
Now elder brother Kyle is keen to get his own place, and he's been saving up.
I've worked pretty hard, the last couple of years. Now this year I've been working, 3 jobs, and I've been willing to save up and buy my own house instead of moving into an apartment or renting one.
With enough money saved, he's found the perfect piece of land, an old farm.
Well, this place, you got a lot of, field view. You can see, a deer come out and stuff like that. It's just nice scenery and it's quiet. I don't know. I could probably be here for the rest of my life. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how the future goes.
Now Kyle needs a house to put on it. He can't afford to build a new home, but Dad Dan has spotted a golden opportunity.
We've been driving past the house for approximately 10 years. It was just a gorgeous home.
This 4-bedroomed house is crammed with features. And it's cheap to buy. But there's a catch. It sits on land owned by St. Cloud Regional Airport.
So we've got our 7,000-foot runway, which is adequate for most aircraft that operate in and out of this airport. We now need another runway in a different direction, and there's houses that are going to need to be moved.
We bid on the home, and we were awarded the bid, and we've decided to move the home.
Kyle and Dan plan to move the house from the airport to Kyle's plot 3 miles away. A tough track for such a large house, but it's worth the risk.
We're excited to see that the house is going to be preserved and recycled. I mean, you really hate to knock a house like this down. It's a beautiful home.
House is in very nice shape.
Plans for Kyle's bachelor pad are well on the way.
And we might put a fireplace, surround sound, I don't know, a big screen TV. We'll see.
It is a little bit large, but in the future, maybe a family and everybody will grow into it.
But moving the house won't be cheap. Although the house itself cost just $3,200, moving it will set Kyle back $41,000. Building foundations and refitting, a further $50,000. Finally, there's the $65,000 for his plot, bringing the cost of this venture to almost $160,000. With no money spare if there's any mistakes, the Gills call in seasoned heavy haulers, Ehrlichman Movers. They've been trucking houses for over 90 years. Chief mover is Randy Jonas.
I love pulling houses. I don't know, it's a huge challenge, and I do lose sleep, but it's because I'm excited to do it, not because I'm worried about it.
Randy's crew won't be alone. Dan is a builder, and there's no way he's gonna watch from the sidelines. He's even dragged in Kyle and Kiefer. This is a big 2-story house. Even the garage has a room above it. It's over 66 feet long, which makes moving it a huge challenge. St. Cloud's roads are only 30 feet wide and very busy. Try going anywhere now, and this house will stop traffic and scrape the sidewalk. So the team has to separate the garage, cutting straight through this beautiful home. A drastic measure, but it's the only way this monster mansion will squeeze down these city streets. There's only one way to split this house. Slice it like a salami. Down the wall, across the floor, and right through the roof.
Cutting really nice. And my cuts line up. Successful again. Don't step in that spot.
So now we have a skylight. The whole entryway.
The extreme surgery worries Kyle.
It'll come together real nice. We'll button it up and everything. Make it look like we didn't even cut it in half.
Now the house is a more manageable size. The crew face their first real challenge. Load up this massive mansion.
Percent of the houses are not made to be moved. They didn't build them to ever be moved.
Although strong, this house was not built to be lifted. The joists that hold the floor joints together are made from recycled wood, much weaker than solid timber. So if the crew lift the house now, the heavy walls will lose their support. To reinforce the joists, they'll need to dig deep holes around the house and thread a rig of steel beams underneath. This will stop the floor from flexing as they lift the house and hold the walls steady on the long journey ahead.
If you don't put enough steel underneath here, yeah, you can have structural issues.
Kyle's brother Kiefer lends Randy's crew a hand.
They're family, we gotta help them out, you know. I mean, keep me busy, first of all, on the weekends, you know.
It's hard work. To get the beams in, the trenches need to be 5 feet deep.
Such a good digger. You can dig all day.
Dad Dan tries to speed things up with the mechanical digger, but he gets a little carried away.
I was pounding a hole in the concrete wall and slid into the trench and ended up with a flat tire.
Luckily for Dan, Randy's crew rides to the rescue.
Always got to break stuff. It ain't too bad, I guess. Could have been worse.
It takes 3 days to thread 20 tons of steel into place.
Yeah! 3 feet. 2, 1. Up!
Just as they're ready to lift the house off its footings, the weather turns nasty.
It's starting to snow a little bit today. Tomorrow they're talking 5 below. The challenges in that is the hydraulics work slower. Obviously we work slower. It's just a little bit more challenging.
Randy risks standing underneath the house as they lift it to keep an eye on the hydraulics.
Just gotta watch all the jacks, make sure they come up evenly. Our jacking system's not unified, so I have to control each corner to make sure that it comes up even. Because if I'd come up more with one corner than the other, it could crack.
Against all the odds, the house lifts off.
Right now I just saw the whole beam go up about 2 inches. That's how fast they can jack them up, I guess.
Next challenge, slide this 70-ton monster onto a trailer. It's gonna take more than elbow grease.
Putting soap on the beam makes it slide a lot easier. We all smell pretty when we're done.
It's vital the house slides level.
The sloping, right, it either won't come or it'll go too fast. If it goes too fast, it could just slide right off the end.
It'd be kind of exciting to see how they're going to do that. I've never seen that done before, so hopefully it goes good without breaking the house in half, you know.
Oh! They lash the digger to the front of the house to pull.
Down a little on our end.
Something could happen, the house could fall, and people could get injured or killed.
Every cent of Kyle's savings is dependent on Randy's crew's expertise and some sweet-smelling soap.
We got our dollies rolled into place, and now we're gonna let the house down on them, and we'll be ready to back up.
They brace the garage with wood and attach it to a second truck.
Looking good.
These branches make it tricky lining up the convoy with the road.
Watch that tree!
They may be set to roll, but the route ahead is blocked by a major power line, which feeds electricity to the whole neighborhood. Hit or even come close to this high voltage line, and it could have disastrous consequences. The team has 2 options: turn round and head down the runway, or persuade the power company to raise the line. A dangerous operation, but it could be the only way to allow the house to squeeze down the road and start its long trek.
Anytime you're dealing with electrical lines, it is dangerous. Even if you're not involved, just being a bystander, just being around them, anything can really happen.
But it's getting dark. Too late to tackle the cables tonight, so the team must delay the move until the morning. It's 6 a.m. and the morning of the big move. The house has a hazardous trek ahead. Parents Dan and Mary are nervous.
It's a challenge. I like this kind of thing. It's exciting to me.
Pretty nervous. Everybody was up running around at about 5 this morning, so we're all kind of gearing up, thinking about things we forgot about, things we got to do yet.
There's bad news. The weather wasn't good yesterday, but now it's not just freezing. There's thick fog.
The weather right now, it's foggy and it's actually misting a little bit. Just so other cars can see us, I guess, is the biggest thing. And our guys too. We don't want nobody to get hurt. Getting a little anxious to get going. Just get it done with.
Randy's crew has to guide this monster home 3 miles and faces power lines, a narrow bridge, and rough terrain with almost no visibility.
Can't even see our escort vehicles up there. It's so foggy. And I don't want any accidents, and we've never had an accident.
Just as they get going, they hit their first major obstacle. These high voltage cables serve power to all the houses in the area, including the airport.
If you hit the power lines, it could, everybody around you could die. They're high voltage and you just never know what's gonna happen.
To avoid an accident, electricians must shut off the power. Otherwise, the electricity could arc under this 40-foot high house.
Awesome. Yeah, boy, you don't see that every day. I wouldn't want to be the person up there next to those things.
Randy's keeping everything crossed.
They got 2 boom trucks holding it up. So we should be able to fit through there, hopefully.
There's just inches to spare. They pick up the pace. The whole family is out in force helping Randy's crew.
We're all out here. My wife's out here. Kiefer is out here, and Kyle as well. It's fun watching him. He's starting to get excited about it. He's a little nervous. He's got concern, wondering if we're going to hit trees and things.
I think I'm more nervous than anybody up there. Oh, there's a mailbox in the way too. Look at that. Let's go.
Up ahead lies the most dangerous obstacle yet, a bridge crossing the frozen Elk River. It may be 120 feet long, but it's only 30 feet wide. This mammoth mansion just won't fit. The crew must jack the house up higher so that its walls hang over the edge of the bridge. A risky maneuver. The team has to measure the road, the bridge, and the house as they go to make sure they can make it and don't get stuck.
Probably the highest point, huh?
Yeah.
I got 27.6. Hard to judge. We're coming up to the bridge here in a little bit, and that's one of our biggest obstacles is to cross this narrow bridge with the wide house.
All eyes are on the guardrail. If it clips, this house could tumble to an icy end.
I hope it clears the bridge. It looks like it's pretty close.
Did Randy get his measurements right?
That's awesome.
Thanks to some skillful driving, Kyle's house just makes it.
We had less clearance than what we had originally figured, though. We had thought we'd have about 6 inches, and we only had 3.
With the bridge behind them, Randy takes a little breather.
We're gonna put Kyle in the driver's seat. He's got a Class A for driving semi.
Kyle does drive snow trucks for a living. The house should be okay.
Just stay in the middle of the road like you are, and pretty much that's all you gotta do unless someone tells you gotta move left or right or stop.
Kyle's mom, Mary, knows he can't hit cruise control just yet.
They make it look easy, but we're not through to the end yet either, so we've got a ways to go.
And a brush with a bridge.
I hope it clears the bridge. It looks like it's pretty close.
But a few meters away from the new site, Randy's crew faces yet another power line. These cables can't be raised, so the crew has to head on a treacherous diversion across an old maize field. It's covered with deep furrows, mud, and rocks. One bump too many, and this house will go flying. So Randy must slow right down. The team will have to constantly watch and adjust the wheels to keep it on track and get this house home safely.
With the rough ground, you can't just drive fast or normal pace because it shakes the house.
This is trucking hell.
If you hit something hard, a deep hole or a big rock or anything like that, yeah, the dolly could slide on there.
Smooth and steady, Randy.
Almost there, so it feels good. Yeah, it's on the property.
You guys ready? One-time shot, I hope.
The team now face one final hurdle. Slide the house over this gaping foundation hole onto these wooden towers. Time to soap up, boys.
Get that ivory soap on there, you know. Important ingredient in this house moving.
The soap makes the beams super slippery. Push too hard and Kyle's house could overshoot and end up in the hole.
The house slid ahead 2 inches on the main beams. Could you back up?
The house has slid too far. Randy's got to act fast.
We wrapped some chains to prevent it from going anymore and got it straightened out, and she's lined up. It's right where it needs to be. It's within an inch. That is the nice thing about the soap. You can pull it anywhere.
Kyle's first house finally touches down. They'll reattach the garage later.
You guys all worked amazingly well together. So congratulations, you guys.
It's a new beginning for Kyle. Without house moving, he wouldn't have this house. I hope when it's all done, we'll have to stop back in here and see what Kyle's done with the place and how good it looks. Like, you can't even tell it's been moved.
A month after the move, the Gills are back at the house and making plans to fit out Kyle's new kitchen.
Go with a 26 deep, then you can put the fridge kind of in there. It gives it a nice, cleaner look.
Saving this house from the wrecking ball was never going to be easy, but for Dan, it was the right decision.
Definitely worth the hassle. It's almost completed. Got a few little odds and ends to do, but it's looking good.
It's given Kyle a unique chance to get on the property ladder with a beautiful, spacious home.
Well, the house is pretty nice. I don't know, a big step in the life, I guess.
And Mary is pleased to see her son take that big step too.
It's scary, but yet it's exciting for Kyle. I could definitely foresee him staying here for quite a few years. And, you know, for future-wise, possibly getting married and having kids here or whatever, it's a definitely good move.
Thanks to a family team effort, Kyle finally has a place of his own.